Hello and welcome to yet another edition of your program, The Eagle. My name is Aisha Gambari, thanking you for tuning in.
And I am Aisha Mohammed. We hope you will sit back and enjoy this week's edition of the program.
The provision of adequate welfare arrangement for staff in any organization is an essential aspect of moral booster if that organization must achieve excellent workplace goals and objectives. On today's edition of The Eagle, we'll bring you an insight into the EFCC Multi-Purpose Cooperative Society, where we learn the staff always smile home after a visit to the cooperative. Are you asking why? Well, stay tuned. Our reporter Jide Lupeju visited the cooperative office in Abuja to know why staff are full of smiles upon visiting. The report is presented by Rolake Odofin Cholayemi. Please stay tuned.
The EFCC Multipurpose Cooperative Society started in 2014. The idea to float the cooperative was born out of the need to provide easy access to essential services like loans and facilities with easy repayment plans. Between 2014 till date, a lot has been done. Lives have been touched, impacts have been made along goldmine achievements that are undoubtedly visible. With clearly stated goals and objectives, dedicated workforce, support from management and commitment of officers saddled with the responsibility of managing the affairs of the cooperative arrangement, welfare system here in EFCC as it relates to cooperative thrift is a success story. Felicia But Timothy is the head of the Cooperative Society.
So far, I will say that is a huge transformation from just a small portfolio carrying members to having an office today. That is from an ad hoc assignment that we started with as cooperative. Today, it is a directorate being run by a director. So I will say that it has grown. We have our own staff who are working in the cooperative itself. We have a car that has been assigned to us by the EFCC management and the chairman. We have so many offices. Before, we didn't even have an office. We actually had a rented container.
What is the level of officers' involvement in the cooperative from the strategic level of decision-making to the day-to-day activity?
EFCC Multipurpose Cooperative Society is organized in such a way that I will tell you that basically decisions are taken by members. How are they taking these decisions? Because they are represented by certain individuals that are from the various units and departments of the commission itself. So these people come, we hold a bi-monthly meeting with all the reps. So they bring suggestions, recommendations, complaints from members from all these departments and units of the commission. And if they bring it, we table it as their representatives. And then when we discuss, decisions are taken there and then. And I will tell you that this is a democracy on its own, which is dictated by members. If today members say they don't want a particular thing to be done by cooperative, we'll have to drop it.
Timothy said various programs have been included in the Multipurpose Staff Cooperative, some of which include health and fitness programs, seminar on financial prudency, safety and security, agricultural programs, and wealth creation and management, amongst others. These amazing programs, she added, are some of the uniqueness of the EFCC cooperative.
The cooperative itself takes a lot of programs into consideration for its members, for their benefit. Example is, we have programs on counseling for members to benefit from. We have on safety and security of members and their families. We have programs on healthy living. for members and their families. We have wealth creation programs for members and their families, and how to live within your means and be able to create wealth. We have such programs. We will even we also plan to introduce programs like small agri programs that members could embark on so that they can empower their families.
In addition to these facilities, the cooperative has made plans to include loans for unforeseen circumstances, which will be granted at a lower rate.
We have loan facilities that you can get. We have the normal loans, and then we have the emergency loan. And then the emergency loan is when you look at natural occurrences. Somebody may be sitting down in his house, maybe the wind will blow off the roof. Sometimes we have fire outbreaks, and maybe something happens, electrical faults, and your house is, or part of your house is burnt. Members are encouraged to come forward. Sometimes it could be health. Even though the commission is doing their own part, your family is doing their own part, but here cooperative comes in to also give a little of what they can do depending on what you want to take from the cooperative. And the interest rate is never like the normal loan you will benefit from us. And then you can also, apart from the emergency loan, you have the normal loan services at reduced rate. We protect our members from going to open markets where you get your loan on maybe 22 to 24%, and I'm sure before you finish, they will tell you that, oh, the market monetary policy has changed, your interest rate is no more 24, it may be 25 by the time you finish paying. But if you come to cooperative, what you ask for is what you get. For a year, about 8% for you, so you can't compare that to the open market.
As part of efforts being made to give staff welfare a priority by the Ibrahim Magu-led administration, the EFCC Staff Multipurpose Cooperative was upgraded to a directorate, enabling it to function as a full directorate, which wasn't the case before, as members of the cooperative functioned in an ad hoc capacity, making it difficult for those in that capacity to function adequately, since they have their primary assignments.
The uniqueness stands out in the sense that this whole system has accepted the cooperative society, and it has, out of what the management saw we're doing and the chairman saw what the cooperative is doing, he decided to make it a whole department. So today we have cooperative welfare and housing. It has gone beyond, and beyond what we thought we were running. It initially started just as a cooperative. Some of us were doing it on an ad hoc assignment. The Commission has taken it upon itself to give it an accommodation for the EFCC Cooperative Society. It has accepted it, giving it building. It's like guiding a child. So the cooperative itself is domiciled within the cooperative welfare and housing department. So it's a department today, rather than just a small ad hoc unit that some people are managing.
The EFCC Multipurpose Cooperative has done a lot for itself and its members. The cooperative also runs a one-stop shop where staff can pick up household items and groceries and pay in installments. In addition to that, members can also purchase food items during festivity periods like Salah, Easter, and Christmas celebrations. Some staff of the Commission who spoke to the Eagle team were full of praises for the cooperative.
Cooperative is one of the best things that have happened to the Commission and to its staffs, in the sense that, to effectively work, I think one needs some financial stability. And the cooperative has provided that so far, in the sense that I know that maybe people are being paid well, but sometimes, things happen and life happens to us and we need extra money for one or two things. And the fact that, for example, staffs of the Commission can go to the cooperative and collect loan and know that they won't be hassled or they won't be embarrassed at the end of the day, at least it has given a lot of us some sense of security. And then the fact that the cooperatives have gone out of its way to provide food that you can go and collect and you pay in a stipend kind of way from your salary, it actually, again, is giving a lot of people some good sleep at night. Yes, so I think the cooperative has really, really outdone itself for what it was aimed to do.
The first impression I actually had about the cooperative was that there's this scheme they have that during festive periods, you could go collect some food items that would like take some load off you, because it's a season that people are buying, and instead of the stress of going to the market, you have it just at your convenience. And that was very helpful because most families were able to key into it. They just had the supply for the festive periods, like during the Christmas holidays, during the Salah breaks, and then they could also enjoy quality time with their family instead of being in the market, as it were. That was one of the first experiences I had with the cooperative. Also on the issue of savings, because the culture these days, people don't have time to go to the bank and deposit money. But the cooperative scheme makes it so seamless that you could just have a part of your money saved up for you over the years. So it's very easy, it's deducted from the source, and then you have some savings. If you want to retire at any point in time, you have those savings banked up for you at the cooperative. I think that initiative is very good for the EFCC cooperative as a whole. That's a plus for the cooperative.
Rolake Odofinjolaimi, reporting for the Eagle.
Corruption is a cankerworm, na cankerworm. I say na cankerworm, na cankerworm. Corruption don't finish our country. Nigeria women rise up and come together, oh yeah.
Every woman come out, but we fight corruption together, oh. Every woman fall out, but we kill corruption together, oh.
Them they thief our money, send them over to Igbo. Children they suffer every day, better school in no day. Nigeria women come, oh. Women from every sector, make we fight corruption, we won't kill our country. Them go collect money for light, chop the money, light we no see. Good road and good health and call, we no see. I say na cankerworm, oh, na cankerworm, oh.
Join the EFCC in its crusade to rid Nigeria of corruption. Naija, now we all know.
Glad to know you're still there. The program is The Eagle, coming to you from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. Moving on, in its continuous effort at ensuring that illegally acquired assets are recovered and forfeited to the federal government, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has again secured a final forfeiture order of properties allegedly traced to the former Minister of Petroleum Resources, Daisiani Alison Madueke, to the federal government. The order followed an ex parte application filed by the EFCC before a federal high court in Ikoyi, Lagos. Please stay tuned for details with Rolake Odofinjolaimi again.
The order was given by Justice Abdulaziz Anka of the Federal High Court sitting in Ikoyi, Lagos on Wednesday, October 11, 2017. The court ordered the final forfeiture of a total of 56 houses belonging to Madueke. The properties, valued at about $22 million, are located in Lagos and Port Harcourt, Rivers State. The EFCC, in an affidavit in support of the application, stated that Alison Madueke, who is currently in the United Kingdom where she is also being investigated for money laundering, had acquired the houses between 2011 and 2013 with proceeds of the crime. The properties, the EFCC also stated in the application, include 29 terraced houses comprising 8 4-bedroom penthouse apartments, 6 3-bedroom apartments, 2 3-bedroom marionettes, 2 twin-bedroom apartments, and 1 4-bedroom apartment, all located at 7 Thornburn Street and 5 Raymond Street, Yaba, Lagos. The properties, valued at about 100 million naira, were bought through a company named Chapel Properties Limited. Also in Lagos, 6 flats of 3-bedroom and 1 boys' quarters at plot 808-135 Awolowo Road, Ikoyi, Lagos, valued at 805 million naira, which was bought through One Vista Point Property Development Limited, were forfeited. Other properties forfeited are 16 4-bedroom terrace at Heritage Court Estate, Omerilu Street, Diobu GRA, Port Harcourt, Rivers State, valued at 928 million naira, which was bought through One Blue Nile Estate Limited. And in Abuja, a 13 three-bedroom apartment with one-room maid's quarter at Mabushi Gardens Estate, plot 1205, Cadastral Zone B06, Mabushi, Abuja, bought through Azinga Meadows Limited and valued at 650 million naira, was also forfeited. In granting the order, Justice Anka held that none of the respondents, Dizani, Donald Chidi Amangbo, Chapels Properties Limited, Blue Nile Estate Limited, Azinga Meadows Limited, and Vista Point Property Development Limited responded to the applicant's motion on notice for final forfeiture served on them. The judge further held, and I quote, "I have gone through the affidavits attached to the motion for final forfeiture, as well as the submissions of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC's counsel, Anselm Ozioko. The court has no option, considering the incontrovertible evidence filed by the EFCC, than to grant the application. The motion for final forfeiture is accordingly granted as prayed. All parties have a right of appeal." End of quote. It will be recalled that a federal high court in Lagos in August 2017 ordered the final forfeiture of the sum of 7.6 billion naira being loot recovered from Madweke. Rolake Odofinjolaimi, reporting for the Eagle.
Imagine a society where everything works. Durable road networks, stable electricity supply, portable water, well-equipped and functional healthcare facilities, quality education for all, affordable housing schemes, social security benefits, job creation, and a lot more that makes life comfortable to live. That is an ideal society. We can only achieve these if we all play our part. Say no to corruption to enjoy these benefits. Kill corruption to save Nigeria. This message is from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC.
Thank you for staying tuned. Nigerians have been called upon to become active whistleblowers and get involved in the fight against corruption by providing information to the anti-corruption agencies. This call was made at the Shehu Musa Adwa Center in Abuja during the unveiling of Corruption Anonymous, CORA, a whistleblower support project. Amina Kawuwa has more.
The launch was organized by Africa Center for Media and Information Literacy with the active collaboration of relevant stakeholders, including the EFCC. The project was designed in order to give momentum to whistleblowing, which is already yielding positive results as a strategic tool in the efforts to reduce corruption in the country. The acting chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Ibrahim Magu, who spoke through Osita Owaja, Director of Public Affairs of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, disclosed that more than 30 billion naira looted funds have been recovered since the beginning of the whistleblowing policy announced by the federal government. He said the EFCC, as part of its mechanism at combating the menace of corruption, has created a reporting channel for those with information to approach the Commission, confident that the information they give will be put into effective use.
During his October 1 national broadcast, President Muhammad Buhari once again highlighted the whistleblower policy as one of the administration's new institutional reforms to eradicate corruption in Nigeria. I therefore commend the African Center for Media and Information Literacy for taking interest in this important aspect of the war against corruption. I want to also express gratitude to MacArthur Foundation for supporting the initiative. This project and the whistleblower policy underscore my repeated admonition to Nigerians to come together in dealing with the cankerworm of corruption. As I always say, the EFCC and indeed all government institutions responsible for tackling corruption cannot do it alone.
Chido Onuma, coordinator of AfriMil, while delivering his welcome address, said, "The anti-graft war has recorded a huge success through whistleblowing policy." Referring to the figures from the Presidential Advisory Committee Against Corruption, PACAC, Onuma said over 2,000 tip-of information have been received by the Ministry of Finance. He called on all Nigerians to buy into the whistleblowing regime in order to expose individuals whose actions constitute a bane to the development of the country.
Corruption is the #1 enemy of our country, and therefore the main reason Nigeria remains underdeveloped. It is generally agreed that corruption is the canker that is destroying the foundation of our society, and that if no drastic measures are taken to deal with it, we will very soon have no country to speak of. At the African Center for Media and Information Literacy, a not-for-profit organization dedicated to advancing media and information literacy training and advocacy, as well as promoting accountability and good governance, we have for long been deeply worried by the growing damaging effects of corruption in the country. As a civil society organization, it's our belief that we can play a vital role in challenging the unremitting incidents of corruption in Nigeria. And we see in the whistleblower policy of the federal government the opportunity to weigh in a more significant way in our earnest desire for a corruption-free society.
Also speaking at the occasion, Professor Bolaji Owasonai, acting chairman of the ICPC, said, "The duty to report what has been seen is both moral and legal because it enhances the rule of law and the peace and security of the society."
The police introduced a slogan or an advert several years back saying, "Armed robber no be spiritual, a person like you." Okay? In other words, the people who give us trouble, they live in society. They are amongst us. And if we are observant, if we are security conscious, we will easily be able to identify those who live suspicious lives or live above their means and stuff like that. Then we can feed back that information to the relevant authorities.
Executive Secretary, Nigeria Extractive Industry Initiative, NETI, Waziri Aidio, also said change in attitude is paramount in order to achieve a zero tolerance for corruption.
We also need to address some of the things that might be standing in the way, some of the things that also allow us to condone corruption. There are some norms, there are some practices, there are some beliefs, there are some systems that stand in the way. So we need all of society to be able to do this effectively. And we need us not just to play our part, but we also need us to change our own mindset. There are many practices, there are many beliefs that condone corruption in this country.
It will be recalled that the whistleblowing policy, which earmarked a maximum 5% of the recovered sum as reward for the whistleblower, was announced by the federal government in December 2016. And it encourages citizens to inform law enforcement authorities about suspicious activities of public treasury looters. So far, 20 whistleblowers have received a payout of about 400 million naira. Amina Kawa reporting for The Eagle.
Corruption is dishonesty and illegal behavior by people in positions of trust. A public office is a public trust. Do not abuse positions of trust for private gains. Stay away from corruption. Nigeria is a great nation, and it is our responsibility to make the country greater. If you notice any act of corruption, please report to the EFCC via info@efccnigeria.org or call 09 904 4751 or 09 904 4752. You can also call 09 904 4753. This message is from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC.
And with that, we'll wrap it up on this week's edition of the program, The Eagle. Please join us next week for another interesting package. Don't forget to also join us on our social media portals at Official EFCC across all the social media networks. And if you have missed any part of this program, log on to youtube.com/Official EFCC. I am Aisha Gambari. See you same time and on same station next week. God bless Nigeria.
And my name is Aisha Mohammed. Thanking you for watching and see you next week.